I'm in a car with my Megaphone. The car has too many layers of paint. It's been sanded back in the trunk, in the car hood, in every door. All the colors are mixed and separated at the same time. I can't really say what's the real color of the car. It's easier to think that it's like camouflage. My Megaphone is connected to an amplifier which is half inside the hole where the glove compartment used to be. Long ago I was trying to hide the cables which are connected from the amplifier to the old speaker on top of the car, but now I don't really care how it looks. Anyway, the car doesn't really look like a car, it's my war tank, and the more devices attached to it the better. Indeed, it's not a racing car. It's not even beautiful, but people get impressed when I'm driving slowly in the streets. I am driving now. It takes some time to move from corner to corner. I should observe the behavior of the street, how empty it is, and the movement inside the houses. If I see someone, I also should guess whether that person belongs to the block or it's just passing by. I'm a salesman, a very well skilled one. I know my tricks. No matter what the job is, you become the job. I like that phrase that I stole from a movie about a crazy taxi driver who was so sick of his city and the people. But I don't know how he was finding nice women everywhere. A very, very pretty sort of secretary and a beautiful young prostitute, but he was still complaining about everything and he even bought some guns. Such a madman. But anyway, what would we do without crazy people like him, especially in a job like mine? Maybe he was just annoyed because the car wasn't his and he had to deal with people. At least this one is mine, ugly and weird, but it's mine, and I don't have people in it very often. My passengers are normally printed in smelly piles of paper, but they don't speak. I'm the one speaking about them. I don't do this every day. Selling ordinary and mundane news is not always easy. Ordinary people tend to do similar things. When I announce the news, I have to say without saying what the news is about. That's how people get interested in buying similar stories like theirs. My voice travels through the streets. It goes into houses. It goes to the people that are walking outside, and if I'm lucky, they will come to my car, asking me for what I'm selling. But for me, sometimes that's quite boring. When the days are slow and I'm shouting in the empty streets, I like to imagine how people who live blocks away are hearing my voice. How long do they have to wait for me? But I will never be sure if I would reach them or if they would find me. What do they think about my voice? How far does it travel? Do people care about the unfinished stories that I'm selling? If they don't buy my work, would they still continue with my stories or just forget about them? Although I like to imagine those possibilities when I'm speaking through the megaphone, I need to get money and I have to be found. The stories definitely have to be read. Anyway, it's silly to think that people will continue the stories. How could I know such a thing? I have to be very precise with the routes I take and with the speed of the car. It's not as simple as going from point A to B, because my voice would also reach point C. If I'm going from point B to C, my voice will cover B and C, but also reach D and A, which has already been left behind. Some people from point A can still find me at either B or C. Same for some anxious people at D, and maybe even some from E. Although it sounds complicated, it's quite simple. You just need to think about how the sound travels. Today is a slow day. The papers are about a theft that happened far away from this place, and people are not very interested in it. I haven't sold even one copy. I decided to park the car in this corner. There are some young people playing football in the street, and there are also children with them. It seems that they have been playing for a while. Some of them are wearing sportswear, not the ones for training, but copies of famous football team uniforms, perhaps their favorite ones. Some of the youngest are wearing school uniforms too. I can hear how they shout their names and nicknames when they kick the ball, when running from side to side of the street, when they get excited as the ball approaches the football goal, which has been improvised by 2 stones. They don't even notice me when the ball passes near my car. It's time to sell the newspapers again. The names of these improvised players are so common. Even with names, people are so predictable. What if I use them? There's no way to prove that they are involved with the situations that I am about to announce. Now I start. I describe my unfinished stories from the newspapers, using the names that I just heard a few meters away. It feels that I'm driving very fast. I repeat again the sentence that I just said. The first nickname that I use doesn't work. Let's go for the second. I still feel that my car is moving quickly, but my foot is not even on the pedal. Now I'm using several names together. I have to improvise a newer version of the story with all these new people. Someone is coming from a house. I can see some faces through the windows. There's a vibration in the houses. I know that feeling that happens when my voice has gone deep inside them. 1 copy, 3 copies, 10 copies. I have to stop the car. I can't count how many copies I have sold anymore. The people are running back to their houses. They want to have some privacy to find out what their neighbors probably did. I suppose that they don't even care about the events, they just want to find those familiar names in the newspaper. I can still see the football players through the rearview mirror. They are not so far and still playing. They run towards the ball, which is approaching my car. Now I speed up.